The city of Chicago plans to file a civil suit against Empire actor Jussie Smollett. The city believes Smollett should pay more than $130,000 for the investigation into allegations that he staged a hate crime. Smollett maintains his innocence. Cook County prosecutors dropped all charges against him last week. Outgoing Mayor Rahm Emanuel says Smollett owes the city an apology. The new mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, has suggested that she will continue any investigation. Joining me now, Jesse Weber. He's an attorney and host of the Law and Crime Network. So, gotta ask you, why would the city pursue charges this way?
Well, I mean, their other avenue was expired. You know, the criminal arena was done. So why don't try to get their money back? I don't think it's really about the money. It's about getting their answers. It's about getting Jussie Smollett to apologize for what he did. I still think that's what the big issue was. The fact that he never pled guilty and there was no deferred prosecution agreement where he, in a court, in the public, admitted to what he did, that's the thing that's getting to them. So why not go after his checkbook, which is the other avenue?
So what's the other downside in this?
There's a lot. There's a lot. Okay, so think about this. The letter written by Mark Garagos, Jussie Smollett's attorney, seemed to suggest that what they were doing was a form of harassment. And they even suggested the idea that what they're doing is defamatory. So if they file a lawsuit, his attorneys could file one, right, but could file a claim for defamation. But that's not even the biggest thing. They also threatened to depose Mayor Rahm Emanuel, Chief Superintendent Eddie Johnson, the brothers who claim that this was a hoax. They are claiming, you really want to open this up? You really want to know what happened? Which is surprising because his defense team is suggesting that the city has something to hide. Was it a faulty investigation? Did they pressure the brothers into giving this statement? That's the thing that I'm interested in.
Oh, interesting. I was just going to, would it just be easier for Smollett to pay these fees?
If he does that, he's admitting more wrongdoing, right? That was the thing that always got to me. The fact that he forfeited that $10,000 payment, the fact that he did community service, I mean, he didn't do that because he felt like he had nothing better to do. Was he admitting guilt or not? If he were to settle this, there's an argument to be made that, okay, you know what? I do owe the city money for all of the time that they wasted investigating it. I mean, that's what they're claiming. You filed a false report. That's why you owe the $130,000. And if he were to pay that, it's just confirming that.
And couldn't he also say it affected my career?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's a lose-lose situation. Will this eventually go to a trial? There's a long way between that and now. But what's interesting is I think we're going to get finally more explanations of what happened here, because that's the thing that I think every side wants to understand. What really happened?
You were talking a little bit about sort of confidence in institutions there. Police chief and the chiefs in Cook County are calling for State Attorney Kim Foxx to resign. And they're saying that, they've been critical of her dropping these charges. What do you think the optics are of the legal situation if police are coming forward saying they don't have confidence? Where do you see this headed then? There's
a problem in Chicago. This just illustrated it even more. And the fact that you had such a discrepancy between the state attorney's office and the police was a problem. The optics of it didn't look good, that it was all white police doing this, and especially they didn't get the support of Chief Superintendent Eddie Johnson to jump on board with that. But it doesn't change the fact that if Kim Foxx is right, and this is the way that this is always supposed to be done, then why was there evidence that she was doing research into these special kinds of cases? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's how it's usually done. And if this is really how it's done, where you drop these kinds of charges, then why do you even have anything on the books for filing a false claim? Why do you even have disorderly conduct if this is how it's handled?
I don't know what it is, Jesse. Something does not add up in this story.
Rena, you're not the only one.
I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Nobody understands how this happened, because why was it taken to a grand jury for 16 counts? If you really never wanted to pursue this, something happened. We may never get that answer. We may get an answer if this moves forward with litigation and we get depositions. And as Mark Garagos said, I want that whole file opened up. That's, I think, what most people really want to understand, because why should Jussie Smollett be treated any differently? Unless, of course, he really is innocent. And if that's the case, then maybe we need some answers.
And wouldn't you argue, transparency? People want to know that justice was served, and if there is some sort of issue, that will it be remedied? Will it be fixed?
Because the real victims here are the real victims of hate crime attacks. How does this affect them? And if he really was a victim of this, then why is there so much inconsistent statements and things that don't add up to support him? His attorneys made the statement that you didn't do a further investigation since the dismissal of the charges, but why were they dismissed in the first place? That's the thing that nobody can understand.
Jesse Weber, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.